Hello and welcome to the Newsburst Live special with me, Christopher McLeod AKA Diagnostic 80, brought to you by Generals Joe's REBORN.com. Yeah, we are reacting to everything that we already kind of knew was going to be happening today, which is kind of funny, isn't it? So yesterday I did a kind of like a pre-order preview is actually the right way around of what we were likely to expect based on heavily rumored kind of scenarios. And effectively, yeah, we knew that Grunt, Lowlight, and Snow Serpent were coming, but we, had to skirt around it a little bit. And then it went and got leaked anyway. So the information was leaked. And then shortly after that, all the images started pouring out last night. So it was a bit of a shame because I was hoping that all of that stuff would be, saved as a surprise for today. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. And we kind of got like a very good look of everything, really, with the kind of leaked images. But it's really nice still to kind of get the video this morning. I was expecting it at 11, and it was actually closer to about 11:20 something that it popped out, or 11:17-ish. So I don't know why it was a little bit later than usual. Not that it really makes much difference because the video part is effectively just, presenting it, and pre-orders go up at 1 p.m. and it's all mainline, which is great. So Grunt, Lowlight, and Snow Serpent. Anyway, stop spoiling Yojoe June, Chris. Hello, Trav. No, I'm going to constantly spoil it. It wasn't me spoiling it anyway. It was literally everyone else and their brother. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's go through all of the cool things that we saw because there's a lot to kind of get through. So without further ado, let's get stuck into this app. Right then, so Yojoe June, day 21, classified reveals. So a couple of things that, like I said, took ages for them to get this video out today. I was expecting it right on 11. I was refreshing for about 17 minutes solidly going, when is this happening? Because we did know that the pre-orders were dropping. Like that's locked basically. So it had to happen before 1 at least. Anyway, let's get stuck into this. So first off, 6, 21, 23 pre-orders. Well, I'll tell you what, when that video popped up, I was so happy. I was like, oh, thank God, I can finally get all the video images I need, get them into a slideshow and get this going. It always takes me so long to get like going. Anyway, I'll get to all the comments in a bit. Sorry, guys. Thank you so much for all the comments so far. Loads of you in the chat already. Hit the likes, all that kind of good stuff. If you're not subscribed on YouTube, please do so. If you haven't subscribed on YouTube yet, please do so. We are like so low on like YouTube subscriptions, so it'd be great to get like that pumping up. And yeah, and obviously when we do like new content and new videos and that kind of stuff, it's all up on YouTube all the time. Yeah, it's a shame everything got leaked last night. Anyway, first up, Emily and Lenny jumped on the pre-recorded video. They've probably done all this on the same day because they're wearing the same clothes. I guess they did the whole thing in one go, and they're just, revealing it bit by bit. So it's kind of funny to see, it's like, oh, hello, guys. It's like, yeah, but we know this was done ages ago. Robert Grunt Graves was the first figure to be revealed, and he looks really good in hand, in like person. Like this figure is really solid. When the digital render popped out, I was kind of like, yeah, that's cool, but it didn't really like, there were certain aspects of it I thought were amazing, like the tack vest with the little flip down like display, but having not really seen the figure, I couldn't really get a great idea of it. And boy, does he look good. All with all the gear on, with the laser rifle on the backpack and the M16 and the knife and the helmet on and everything, just looks so cool. So yeah, I'm enjoying this figure more so than I ever thought I would. Definitely enjoyed it when the digital render came out, but way more so since we started getting those leaked images. I was like, some of the images that we haven't seen yet that that we'll see when the pre-order goes up are so good for all of these figures. But there's some absolute beauties. There's a beauty for the Snow Serpent, which I'm not going to spoil until the pre-orders go up. but it is snowboard related and it looks phenomenal. Anyway, Grunt looks great. And then obviously without his helmet, look at his ugly mug. Look at his ugly mug. I like that this figure has a like not a pretty face, but not in the same way that Falcon does. Like this is like, you know, there's personality in this one. It might not be a good personality, but it's, you know, there's something about this one that's so much better than that kind of, you know, because obviously you can have ugly head sculpts, like that's, you know, or like not attractive, or not like, what's the word, conventionally attractive. But I just like the fact that this isn't, you know, oversized, has a mouth that goes from like ear to ear. It's just nice that we've got a good down to earth head sculpt for Grunt on this one. And again, here's the figure like holding the steel core helmet. So that's a head sculpt, it would appear, I think. It's different as well to the other steel core 2-pack. So there's differences to it. Obviously, I guess deco is one of the differences, but it might even be like build difference. I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, the laser rifle as well for the Sunbow cartoon. People were kind of complaining that he didn't come with Snow Job the first time round, but I'm glad they managed to get it in with this. And like I said before, it kind of makes sense to do it with Grunt, who is a sort of army builder, because you can buy multiples of these and have multiple laser rifles. Like there's no way you're doing that with Snow Job. Like you're not buying like 10 Snow Jobs. That's just stupid. So it makes more sense for them to put this rifle in an army builder so that you can disperse it throughout your ranks. Anyway, yeah. Yorktown Joe says 3 people in a room recording the videos. Leak still happens. It isn't Emily or Lenny. Has anyone vetted their videographer for leaks? No, can't be them. Amazing. There are probably more people involved. I mean, let's face it, the leaks this time came about because of retailers. Retailers get this information, and some keep it until the very last minute, and others just, you know, put it out there. And I know that one of the retailers was doing it as almost like a stance against the fact that Pulse went exclusive in the UK, which I get. Like I get the upset scenario behind that, but I also would be like, do you have to spoil it though? It kind of feels more about clout chasing than it does about making a point. But that's, I don't know, it's speculative, isn't it? I mean, I would also say that I feel their pain. I do. Obviously, having a good friend who's in retail in the United Kingdom, you know, they have also been affected by the fact that Yojoe went exclusive in the United Kingdom. So, you know, I get it, but at the same time, like, come on, let's at least next week, can we have it so it doesn't leak? Can we have everything not leak next week? Because that would be great. And also, this is the thing, like, it puts me in a really awkward position. This is all just my own personal BS. But I have to then go, right, here's the news burst or a reaction to the leak that the information is happening. So tomorrow we're getting this. And then later on in the evening, it's like the images come out. It's, oh, goodness sake. And then not all the images came out. And then it was like low light snuck out a little bit later in the evening. I'm like, guys, if you're going to leak it so that I can do everything in one go. Anyway, getting beyond the point here, aren't we? Grunt looks awesome. They also showed, or Lenny showed, that wicked little hinge down display, like little kind of mobile device. And they go, look, boop, 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 boop. That works. So that looks really cool, and obviously showed a really good shot of it. Playing up the strategist angle of Grunt, which I thought was really awesome. Kind of really tying in some nice narrative themes here. And it looks like that comes off doesn't it? The whole thing looks like it comes off, which is pretty dope. So yeah, maybe I'm not getting 10 Snow Jobs, but I'm financially irresponsible, Chris, says Jonathan Childress. Yeah, okay. I'm not getting 10 Snow Jobs, but you might, because you're financially irresponsible. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, obviously there's a whole topic there with the whole UK exclusivity thing with Pulse, especially when you've got like long-term loyal retailers that have been, you know, keeping the brand alive out there for so many years. And I get it. I'm PO'd at that as well. But let's not leak stuff in spite of that, because, you know, we want to kind of have that nice. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Hopefully next week we don't get a massive leak. I know we got what, Tunnel Rat and what happened yet last week? Tunnel Rat and something else were leaked, weren't they, the night before? It's been a week. That's like effectively 10 years in my time. So hopefully, and the eels at least snuck out without any leaks, so that was good. Eels got up inside. Desert Snake Eyes, thank you very much. Yeah, Desert Commando Snake Eyes was the other one leaked that night. And again, we had those images early. Did we leak it? No, we didn't. So there. Anyway, enough of this. Enough of that kind of side of things. Like I said, there's a conversation to be had about the UK Pulse exclusivity thing, which I agree sucks massive amounts of crap. But like I said, let's not leak stuff. Yeah. Also, yeah, the resolution is poor, isn't it, Paul? Yes. The leaked images are always low res, and it's like, let's just, you know, if you're gonna leak it, leak the good stuff. That's what I'm saying. Brilliant. Anyway, Grunt's awesome. I love the shot of the steel kind of core helmet. So dope. That deco on that is really sexy, especially on that figure. Oh my goodness. If that doesn't make you want to buy multiples of Grunt, I don't know what will. Anyway, lovely stuff. None of these are exclusive, Sean. These are all mainline items. All mainline. None of them are exclusive. I'm talking about United Kingdom Pulse exclusivity, which effectively doesn't affect, you know, it does not affecting the customer necessarily. It's more affecting the retailers. But look at that. Absolutely sensational image. And that's the other beauty part of these three. All mainline. None of them exclusives. Isn't that, it's a refreshing change. So it means effectively, like we said before, Grunt, Low Light, Tunnel Rat, they're the, you know, 3 of the 5 of the mainline figures. The Snow Serpent is mainline, but it's deluxe price point. Desert Commando Snake Eyes is fan channel and is kind of like not in that 5-figure wave. It's kind of like an exclusive outlier. And that's, oh, what were the, I've completely forgotten what we've got so far. It's ridiculous. Anyway, there's more to come, isn't there? And we know that obviously all the exclusives at the start of the year, Tiger Force Dusty, Crimson Python Patrol, Crimson Guard, Arctic Bat, those all came out initially, didn't they? They were the first lot of things. Yeah. So the second week it was Tunnel Rat. Well, it was the HasLab, but Tunnel Rat, Desert Commando Snake Eyes, and I keep forgetting each time. And Cobra Eels. Cobra Eels obviously is an exclusive, or not anymore. Things disappeared. It'll come back. It's all good. And there's a back shot, Kitty said, of Grunt as well, showing his baby got back. He's got a little pistol holster in the back there too, which is cool. A little hidden around the corner like that. Oh, thank you, TJ Singh, for the super chat. Hey, bro, namaste. It's so hard to get Joes in India, but I manage. But getting the exclusive becomes even harder for me, e.g. Eels. Cobra! Yeah, absolutely feel your pain, buddy. It seemed to be really difficult for people in the United States to get them that hadn't ordered 40 of them when they first went up. But yeah, thank you very much, TJ. Really appreciate that. But I'm sorry it's a struggle out in India to get this stuff. I know, like, globally, it can be a bit of a pain. But believe you me, it's, I think US customers also struggle, US fans also struggle in a big way. We are getting closer to the original, the OG 13 checkpoint alpha. Yes, we are. I love that Grunt, Stalker, and Retro Snake Eyes all share the same buck like the 82 stuff, says Jeremy. Yes, absolutely. Big time. Wilfredo Diaz, this is a good point, actually, because I have a similar feeling here. Still wish that when Hasbro makes backpacks, they would have them either with backpack straps, a harness, or have sculpted onto their uniforms. It really bugs me that they just plug onto their backs. What bugs me about it, Wilfred, it wouldn't bug me if the plugs were secure enough to stay on there solidly, but they just never are. And I feel like just making the plug an ever so slightly bit bigger, just to, really get it tight in there would be great. But yeah, I'm not a fan of how the backpacks don't really get in there. I think it would be better if they attach to the secondary, honestly, for the most part. Like on Grunt secondary there, if there was like some points or some little aspect that connected the backpack to it, like a little hook that hooked over the top space where the hole is. If a little kind of hook just locked into the top there, pinched against the back and the secondary, I'd love it. I'd love that. And yeah, like the Real American Hero style plug worked as well. That kind of like cross piece that kind of, it was like a plug, but it was like almost like a screwdriver head, wasn't it? Like a Phillips screwdriver head style. That would have worked really well. Snap on, stay on, exactly. But yeah, I sorry, thank you very much, Wilfredo. I appreciate TJ for the super chat as well. One more time, thank you. Anyway, multitasking. Sorry, this is great for radio, isn't it? When I just go silent, I have to do something. Anyway, so I don't know why I had to stop to do that. That was ridiculous. Unprofessional McLeod. Anyway, there's a front shot without the helmet. And I think that steel core helmet is a head sculpt. I don't think it's... Did he say? I can't remember if he said on the thing. They didn't really show it clearly, did they? Anyway, anywho's, mainline retailers Pulse pre-order June 21st at 1 p.m. Still an hour to go. That's how early I am with this reaction, I guess. Also, we got a nice shot. We do have a better image of the packaging. You can see it there, but we've got a better one there. So we can get a nicer close-up a little bit there. Head swaps head. Yeah, okay, so it's a head sculpt, not a helmet. Thank you very much, Plastic Battles. The steel core is a head sculpt. And there you go. Like, again, you can kind of see the crashed helicopters in the background, one in the sky. Very much, I'm thinking the Snake Eyes homage there. And probably looks good next to Desert Commando Snake Eyes, who is probably in the same situation with them right there on the narrative. Yes, no, I did know that he said I've already mentioned that it's a different... Sorry, Steel Core helmet, I've already mentioned, is a different sculpt to the Steel Core 2-pack. What I was asking was whether it was a head sculpt or a helmet, and it's already been covered, guys. It is a head sculpt helmet, not a helmet that goes over the head of Grunt. It is then a separate head sculpt helmet. Does that make sense? Yes, cool. So yeah, again, cool little art piece there as well. I'm not sure who did that. Again, I'm not sure if that's Oliver Barrett. I'll have to ask him. But then again, like the artists usually do post if they've done the art when it's after the fact. So maybe that's all over Twitter right now. I do not know because I'm doing this, obviously. I'm going to just have a quick look because that's kind of what my MO is today, is just like ignoring the fact I'm doing a live stream and going to my phone instead. No, I can't see anything just yet, but that doesn't mean it isn't up there. Now, this is cool. Again, nice packaging. I love this packaging, and I kind of wish they were sticking to it. But no, we're going to be getting Windows again soon. I know people are happy about that, but I'm a little bit, oh well, who wells and who cares? So that is Grunt with possibly the Snake Eyes helicopter crash scene homaged in the background. And it looks very desert-like, so I could see it merging well with Desert Commando, Snake Eyes, Dusty, etc., etc. Anyway, let's move through. Also, the images that we saw, we'll go low light next, but the images we saw of Grunt were in that desert kind of scape as well, weren't they? Very cool. Right then, low light, another absolute fan fave. and someone that we've kind of been expecting to appear at some point in the line. And it's taken a while, but we finally have him, and he's a beauty. So they've gone very Pursuit of Cobra style with the figure. But I tell you what, this is probably going to surpass that figure for me, because as cool as the Pursuit of Cobra figure is, it's so bulky. You can't get it into sniper positions, etc., etc. I kind of wish they'd done a few kind of positions, like, you know, sniper positions, so you could see how, you know, it worked with this figure. I'm wondering if how far the head, you know, goes back. Do you know what I mean? Because that's obviously going to be very important for this figure. Love, again, like the rifle case. Surprised I didn't use actual hinges. It looks like it's on those flex hinges. You know, there's just like a bit of plastic that flexes either side, which could obviously over time wear out a little bit and maybe snap off. But I'm like, so I am a bit surprised I didn't go for like a hinge, because that would have been kind of cool. But I think it is so that when it opens up, it can hold in position like that. Do you know what I mean? So like kind of in like a nice sort of kind of photography kind of way, you can kind of see it like raised up a little bit. I don't know. I'm not sure, but maybe it was a costing issue. Maybe they just decided it was cheaper to do it this way. But I still really like the rifle case, and all the bits break down and go in there. So that's dope. And of course, you've got a huge backpack. Again, you can see it there with that kind of really nice kind of like padded kind of effect on it, which is kind of nice. So that's cool. And if you look, I didn't really notice this on the rifle case. I thought it was kind of just smooth, but no, there's nice little separate padded package areas kind of thing on the outside, which look really cool too. So hang on, I've got to go back to the card art, because I haven't been able to zoom in on this. And Diana says Snake Eyes and Scarlet are in there, and he's standing there posing. Oh, right. No, you're joking. I see what you mean. He's just standing there having a pose while Snake Eyes and Scarlet are struggling on fire. For a second, I thought you were saying that you could see them. Anyway, by the by, let's move on. Good point, Jonathan. I'm wondering if we will see Firefly in Desert promo pics, since that seems to be what the rest of that wave to be part of. So well, it's either, isn't it? It's either desert, or it's this kind of like tunnel energon kind of vibe. So Tunnel Rat and Lowlight are very much the kind of darker night. It's not Night Force, but that's the, you know, it's the kind of going into the tunnels with the dark energon themes for them. But with everyone else, does seem to be desert, doesn't it? So yeah, it could be one or the other with Firefly. I don't know. I'd see him more in the kind of darkness with Tunnel Rat and Lowlight than I would in the desert. But there's a lot of explosions going on in the desert as well. So I'm inclined to go with you on that one, Jonathan. It's one or the other, isn't it? Mr. Cheeseburger, I'm really curious to see what new packaging is coming. I hope they go all the way 80s card backs. Well, we are having retro card return, but it will probably be the same style that we've seen. They might put the white border on it. Who knows? But I've got a feeling it will just be the same as the other retro carded stuff we've had. The new packaging, who knows? It's just going to have Windows on it, is effectively Windows 95 is what they're going to have on it. Yes, this is interesting, isn't it, Jonathan? Yes, the low light, sleep deprived eye kind of thing. We'll get to that in a second. Some nice shots here, some nice promo shots. There's the rifle case open, of course, and he's got the other weapon in his hand there. That looks like what is that? Like a train track or something? Or just some sort of like edge. I don't know what it is, but it looks cool. And he's in the forest, which is nice. And again, there's that dark energon background that Tunnel Rat's promo pictures were in as well. So he is definitely helping Tunnel Rat out in this scenario. And again, looking really cool with the full rifle, all kind of done up with the bipod and the suppressor and the sight and everything. Very, very cool. All breaks down, goes in the rifle case. Oh, and this is him with his goggles down. Looks awesome, by the way. So cool that it's like goggles down, goggles up, or goggles away. Lots of different options for the goggles, which is great. And there's another nice shot in that dark kind of area. Oh, that must be one of like a mine. You know how it's a mine shaft that we're dealing with these images. It's probably just a track for like a mine cart or something. And he's just like hiding behind a tree waiting to sneak in there. But looks awesome. Again, a great figure. Looks awesome. Looks fantastic. Very happy with this one. Michael Jean Fleming, I don't know how much it would cost, but I would love it if when they move back to window boxes, they would put the artwork photo in as an insert. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be like, there'll be a window and they'll probably have some other artwork as well on there. So they'll probably keep, I don't know, who knows, because they're still probably thinking and working on it. So maybe on the, I don't even think it'll be on the next wave. I think the next wave will probably have the same packaging that we're seeing at the moment. I don't know. I can't remember what Emily said in that sense. I can't remember the details on that one. It's clearly an ironing board case, says Leon. Hilarious. A tactical iron, a sniper iron. Yeah, this time the pre-lost bullet is pre-lost, so you never get it. Absolutely, Diana. That's hilarious. There is a back peg on the rifle case, Nictimus. Yes, it goes. So you can have one or the other. I'm not sure if you can have both. Is there a backpack hole? Is more importantly, on my opinion. Maybe is there a hole on the backpack for the case to kind of go on? Oh no, there is. Yes, there is a hole on the case, so the backpack can go on the back of that as well. So we can have the rifle and the backpack all on his back at once. Whew, that's pretty dope. That is pretty dope. Yeah, happy with that one. There's another nice shot. There's another nice shot of low light in the tunnel, holding his. Is that his little remote, like a little communicator? I don't remember seeing that in the loadout of weapons that he had and accessories. Anyway, he's mainline retail, as is all of them. First, 1 p.m. EST, don't forget, and from Pulse and pretty much everywhere. So that's also very cool. They've definitely got to thicken the retro cards, in my opinion. Yes. Also, just want to shout out John Royal, because I feel like on this, there's another a better picture of the packaging as well. But on this one, you can see there's a definite homage there to the John Royal cover with low light against the tree and the bats kind of like chasing him down. And it kind of looks like there are figures in the background there too. Maybe they're bats as well, possibly. But that's really dope. And I guess that thing that's open in front of low light on the packaging is the rifle case, but it's like a different color. So I don't know what that is. Almost looks like a laptop, doesn't it? But I think it is the rifle case. It's just kind of lit differently or weirdly, unless someone has another idea as to what that is, but it's pretty cool. Anyway, love that packaging as well. I love that render. It looks phenomenal. And I really want to know if they're jungle bats, by the way. Yeah. Anyway, very cool. Yeah, the window packaging won't return until 2024. That's true, Toy Bounty Hunter. So it'll probably be the wave. This wave, then there'll be another wave, and then I guess the following wave after that will start having the different packaging. Zombie bat confirmed. Genius. Given the iron from a Monopoly game and his clothes can be freshly pressed, yeah, you could use the ironing board, his rifle case as well, and put a jacket over it, or a shirt over it, and just, yeah, brilliant. Philly Jones, my question is, I guess they don't sell the whole wave any longer, and also how long before they are in hands? So technically, Philly, it is the whole wave. It's just being spread out over the month of Yojoe June to, make it like a cool reveals and all that kind of stuff. The whole wave will effectively be the 5 figures over the period. Like we've got Crimson Viper and Firefly will finish off the wave of 5. And then there'll be another figure in there, probably some sort of exclusive of some description. So if you look at the whole month, the 5-figure wave will be there. Firefly, Crimson Viper, Low Light, Tunnel Rat, and Grunt is the 5-figure wave, as we mentioned a few months ago, or a month or so ago, or a couple of weeks ago. Anyway, so yeah, we are still getting a wave of 5 figures. It's just they've spread the reveals and the pre-orders out over the month. Hope that makes sense. Leon. Sorry, I will get to that, Rob H. Dino Hunter's version for 30th anniversary of Jurassic Park. Yes, please. Love that idea. Him and Ambush and the Vamp, or no, what was it? Desert Fox. the Desert Fox repaint. It's his pizza box, says Robert H. That's what that is. He's having pizza. Yeah, got to have pizza when the ships are down, says Diana. Or chips. Maybe a jungle bat. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Jason. Possibly a jungle bat in the background of that artwork, in that artwork of the render on the packaging. Oh, and the dinosaur, yes. Plastic battles. We need to have the dinosaur exactly as it was released originally. It is hilarious. Right. Charlock says, yo, Chris, I'm definitely picking up Low Light and Grunt, probably skipping the Snow Serpents. What? Let's look at Snow Serpent then on that bombshell, because I'm going to be getting a Snow Serpent. It looks phenomenal. So the idea behind this is, yes, it's an army builder, but they wanted to do like one of those, like a set where you could have lots of different options going on with multiples of these. So you could have the standard Snow Serpent, you could have the Snow Serpent with the wolf pelt, which is crazy, and the cape. I mean, when this came out, when the images kind of started circulating last night, I looked at that and I was like, damn, that is dope. Like, it's just so much fun added to it, and such a like extra. They've just gone extra on this one. So obviously, no mortar land missile launcher, but they've gone and given him the bazooka gear, the backpack, the bazooka shells, and the bazooka itself redecoed. You've got obviously the snowshoes there that are kind of like more modern snowshoes, so they're not like the tennis rackets from back in the day. I think personally we're going to get a Snow Serpent on a retro card at some point, repainted to be more like the what do you call it, vintage figure with like the blue pack and all that kind of stuff, and it'll have tennis racket snowshoes. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think they'll throw that kind of gear in with a retro carded Snow Serpent in the future. That's where I think their heads are at with this one. So that's why you're getting this deluxe, because there's lots of fun stuff they've thrown into it. That's what that's my thought process. So obviously, as well as the snowshoes, all those kind of modern snowshoes, which are pretty dope still, you get a snowboard, because you're homaging the Snow Serpents, who never had skis. It was the Snow Serpent version 2 that had the snowboard, and I love that they've included something like that in this loadout. I think it's a lovely homage, and I think it fits the character really cool, and it makes for some pretty awesome toy photography, with Snowjob going down the hill with skis, being chased by Snow Serpents with wolf pelts and snowboards, for goodness sake. Think about how that is going to look. OMG. Right. I think I'm not sure about what can be carried or not, because obviously there isn't like a Snowjob style backpack here, is there? I don't know how things are fixed to stuff. I don't know if they've retooled the backpack to maybe carry the snowshoes, but I would imagine it would be, I don't know, is my answer to that one, Diana. But very cool nonetheless. In fact, my only gripe will probably be that he doesn't, can't carry everything at once. But again, I think they're trying to do something a little bit like, I don't know, different here, which I think is great. Anyway, the snow pelt. I mean, it's dark, isn't it? Like a wolf has been destroyed. Obviously, there was a fight kicked off. He was on his own, as Lenny was said in the narrative, and he fought the wolf and had to, survive. So he's eaten some of it and utilized some of it as clothing. Anyway, brilliant. Great shots again of the actual Snow Serpent. Again, you can have, if you want the V1, it's there. And much like the way that Bazooka's backpack operates, you can hook the bazooka onto the bottom of it as well. Luke says, I find it weird that when Joes and Cobras share the same weapons, is Mars supplying weapons to the Joe team as well? I mean, yeah, but also I don't think it would, in terms of the world, everyone can get hold of AK-47s. Everyone can get hold of this version. It's when it gets to like specifically weird weapons and they're sharing it is the point. And I think Mars do supply to both sides if I'm, if this was real, that yes, Luke, they would be. That wolf pelt may look really great on Zarana, but you've written Zatanna. Zartana. I didn't know it was you. Yes, good point. Snow Serpent just put a target on its back if Timbit is around. That is a very, very good point. The Snow Serpent eyes bug me. I prefer the all black face as B Spec 25. Again, I would expect them to do some sort of repaint for a retro release with that idea in mind, is what I would expect. Would like a named character in Arctic. Oh, would like a named character in Arctic, e.g., Firefly or Blood, like an Arctic Blood or an Arctic Firefly. In fact, we've had Arctic Firefly. In fact, we've had Arctic Blood, haven't we, in the line? I want to say, was he in that, or was he in the desert set? I can't remember what Blood was in that sense. He was in one of those sets anyway. I think Scrap Iron was in the Arctic, wasn't he? So we can have an Arctic Scrap Iron. Firefly, we've had a 3-pack with Firefly in the Arctic colors in like the 2000s or late 90s, probably late 90s. But either way, yes, though I would be really excited to see that too, genuinely. Oh, AKs as well. Plastic Battles. I'll be swapping this rifle out with AKs. Yeah, of course. And again, like I expect that to be thrown into some sort of retro release, honestly. Oh, Zartan, Robert H. You were saying, not Zartana or Zarana. You were saying Zartan. So the wolf pelt would look good with Zartan. And actually, that's a very good point. And I think you're right. Definitely. Okay. Arctic Blood sounds like a great band name. Yes, it does. Blood was desert, wasn't he, Leon? Yes, thank you very much. I knew he was in one of those sets. And so he can be in the desert. He can be in the desert fighting Desert Commando Snake Eyes, Dusty, and Grunt, and whoever else is involved. I suppose the Crimson Viper, because that's going to be in the desert set as well, isn't it? We've already seen one in the background of Snake Eyes' image. So at least we know that their images are going to be on the desert landscape. So that's what makes me think that Firefly might be on the tunnel in the darkness with the dark energy on in the background. Yeah, cool. Right then. So, oh, look at that shot. There's a really good, this is obviously, we're panning up on this shot, but there's a really good shot of this, all three of them running through the snow in those pelts. They look phenomenal. It looks great. Damn. It's such a good figure, guys. Jeez, man. Jeez. Anyway, this is what I wanted to talk about as well. Obviously, lots of homage in here. So we've got the snowboard from Snow Serpent version 2. We've got 2002 version 5 and 2003 version 6, where you've got the Snow Serpent that came with the kind of like the cloak, the kind of like furry cloak, as it were. And that's where Lenny has got the idea to incorporate it in here to Classified. And has gone that extra level and got the kind of head as well on there too, which looks absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. Oh, it's a cartoon Cobra rifle, is it? That one? I don't know. I think have we already seen that, or is this the first time, guys? Let me know in the comments, please. I can't remember if we've seen this already or not. This might be the first time, actually, Leon. Yeah, I think you're right. That's the cartoon Cobra rifle, isn't it? Yeah, the Sunbow one. Don't know. I don't recognize it, so maybe this is the first time. Anywho, good shout. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. Just those are the homages that are being utilized here. Obviously, yes, I think it's that Spy Troop Swan has got like the kind of lighter coloured cape going on, but effectively it's repaints of each other anyway, of one or the other. So anyway, that's effectively where the homage is being drawn here, guys. Anyway, oh, that'd be cool. Female troopers would be. Oh yes, yes, you're right. Thank you, Luke. The female trooper 2-pack has that Sunbow style rifle. So the Valkyries have got that. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. I genuinely couldn't remember, and I did not recall seeing it then either. I am multitasking. Sue me. Sorry, this has to be done because I always miss stuff. You know how it is. You know how it is. There's probably stuff happening at the moment that I'm just completely blissfully unaware of. We'll be, by the way, we'll be finishing before the the pre-orders go up, so you guys can have the time to get prepared for that, obviously. Right then. And then here's a back shot that shows the detailing on the snowboard. Now, on the snowboard, we've got another logo, which I believe was one of the logos. Is that one of the logos that was revealed by Hot Topic? Probably is. My phone keeps buzzing. Apologies. I think that was one of the logos that was revealed by Hot Topic. But it's also, I think that logo on the snowboard is also on a patch on his arm. Let's just go back and have a look. Yeah, there it is. It's on this right bicep. You can see that. And there's another, there's something else on the other one. I can't remember exactly what it is. In fact, let me look and just describe it. It is a cobra sigil, yeah. So he's got a cobra sigil on his left arm in red, his left bicep. Kind of looks like, the way it is, it kind of looks like, you know, on Master of the Universe, where you punch the chest and it would show it was the kind of battle damage He-Man, and it was on a roller. So when you hit the chest, it would be smooth, and then when you hit the chest, it would move, and there'd be one cut through it. Hit it again, there'd be two cuts through it. Kind of looks like you can move the bicep, like you punch the bicep and it changes, because it's on that weird little like square section. But anyway, he has got that logo, which is on the snowboard as well. And I genuinely think that was one of the Hot Topic logos that got revealed ages ago, when we had the Tiger Force, the Python Patrol, Cobra Urban Command, Joe Space, kind of like all those brand new logos that just flooded Hot Topic and were all over shirts in like seconds. I got a Tiger Force one. I kind of wish I got one of each, because those logos were so dope. And I don't think they're on there anymore. I don't think they're there anymore. Highly articulated. Adam has asked, speaking of logos, any word on whether we'll be able to get the t-shirts with the Dragonfly logo, like the ones Lenny and Emily were wearing in the video? Not a clue, but I would expect that would happen. I would expect that very much to happen. Maybe at the end of the campaign, they'll throw them up. They did that with the His Tank, didn't they? I remember those t-shirts going up towards either the end of the campaign, or as it had finished, it was like a couple of days later, it was like, oh, we're putting the t-shirts up, or a little bit later on. Anyway, I don't know, Diana, if it's a spade or an arrow. I just think it's like it's really, I can't tell on the images I have, but it looks cool nonetheless, and we'll get a better look of it when the pre-orders go up, of course. There you go. There's like a really good shot of it in the small window. Hard to say, really, isn't it? Hard to say. But I think that's the one that went up on Hot Topic. Anyway, I'll just keep saying that over and over again until people get fed up and leave. Right, so Wicked loadout. Let's keep going. Yeah, so obviously a back shot to show everything and all the kind of detail on the pelt as well. I like how it isn't just one color, like it goes from gray to that kind of silvery white as well. That's very dope. I don't think the secondary is removable on the parachute pack. I don't think so. I mean, obviously you could probably take it off, but you'd be messing it up, I guess. It is the first day of summer, and that means, by the way, happy first day of summer, guys. That means we'll be doing a little bit of a theme change today, so keep an eye out for that. And obviously the weekly will start changing in its graphics as well. It's a fun one. It's going to be fun, and it's definitely summer related. All I'm going to say is splish splashing around. So Robert, I can't tell you if if the parachute pack comes off or not. It looks like it's just attached to the secondary, which will be probably semi-permanently fixed to the figure. But I don't think it's sculpted on there. Look at that shot. Oh, with the snowshoes going through the snow. I was going to sing the song then, but no, why would I do that? Do I see a hole on the wolf pelt for the backpack? Don't know if there was a hole. Yeah, there is. There's the hole for the, yeah, so everything should be able to go on then in that case. It's just the snowboard is going to be awkward because I don't know where there's nowhere for that to kind of affix to or go anywhere. But effectively you can have the pelt and the backpack and the bazooka. Where are the snowshoes? You can have everything except the snowboard effectively, can't he? So everything else he can kind of carry. Or he can have the snowboard and the snowshoes have to go somewhere. But where are the snowshoes going? Can they go on anything? I don't know. Is there some sort of like hidden backpack thing on Bazooka's backpack that allows the snowshoes to attach? Probably not. We'll find a way. We'll just stick it on there however they can make it. But anyway, some cracking shots. Love that shot. That's a beauty. This one's a good one as well. And look at that. I wonder if that's the dragonfly above him. That's pretty cool though, isn't it? Like he's about to bazooka a dragonfly. Good luck, dragonfly, but also good luck, Snow Serpent, because you might already be targeted. First day of summer, third winter themed Joe pre-order. Yeah, that's so true. The snowboard is reminiscent of Transmetal Optimus Primal from Beast Wars. Totally. I'm putting Timber on the snowboard. Nice one, Leon. He can then attack the Snow Serpent for killing most of his family. And then another nice sort of kind of close-up of those pieces. Yeah, man, lots to get into. So you can have a Snow Serpent as kind of normal, or you can, and you could utilize the pelt as like a Snow Serpent officer. So I like that. That's pretty cool. I think, like I said, I think what the reason they do the decos the way they do Super Saiyan Berserk is because they have an eye on repaints in the future. And when you have like a retro kind of thing as a backup, which they did, then they didn't, and now they do again, I would just assume they're thinking for any of the kind of more, vintage accurate, Sunbow accurate decos, they can go in that area, and Classified, the main line, can focus on subduing those colors a little bit and making them a little bit rough, a bit duller, a bit darker, a bit more kind of edgier. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's what's on their mind as they do these decos, because there's a lot, like this particular Snow Serpent, you just expect that blue on it, don't you? That kind of really kind of like serious blue color. So I think that's something that we'll see, like I said, in the future, in the near future as well. If I were to guess, yeah, cool, awesome. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm getting all the comments. So they're all going to be available at 1 p.m. today. Mainline retail and Pulse, everywhere you buy G.I. Joe classified figures, they will be available. Now, the Snow Serpent is a deluxe figure. It's even got a bigger box, as you can see there, Kitty said. And we've got a close-up shot of the box as well. So there's a better view of said box. Now, it looks like on the box, on the loadout, it looks like the feet parts on the snowboard are black. I wonder if that will be the case, because on the other product shots, they look a little lighter, and the model shot, they were like a gray color. Maybe that's just, maybe it's, what you call it? It's not that much of a difference. There's still a difference between the snowboard and the feet parts, so that's fine. Anyway, yeah, cool little interesting background as well for this dude, because look in the background, there's a figure on the hill. Is that Snowjob? Is it another character in the Arctic theme? Can we get better shots of this when the pre-orders go up in 25 minutes? Hopefully so. We'll be zooming in on that bad boy, I'll tell you that much. But anyway, looks phenomenal. An amazing addition to the line yet again. Just blown away by this line every single time. I'm not going to lie, like it's just phenomenal. 3 more absolute bangers joining the Classified series, and it's been a pretty ridiculous month so far. Now that leaves us, doesn't it, with for the rest of Yojoe June, 28th is the next one next week. Now we've whittled it down to Firefly, Crimson Viper, and another figure for the final week of Yojoe June. That'll be the 28th, and it looks like it will. Like I said, it looks like it's going to be Crimson Viper, Firefly, and something else. Now, if we look at all of the other like leaked, listings and reveals and figures and so on and so forth, then again that is whittled down a little bit more. Now, I said the other day on the pre-order preview, before I was rudely interrupted by all those leaks, lols, that I was, obviously, like, I didn't expect Shadow Tracker to be one of those figures, but we did have exclusive revealed at the start of the thing, and we had an Eels, and they got up inside us. So it's definitely not beyond the realms of possibility that we have a Walmart exclusive figure revealed next week. I would probably suggest it's something else, based on the patterns. Like Walmart seem to, do their own thing, reveal their own stuff, have their own reveals, other than, and again, this was a similar kind of thing, wasn't it? They did reveal Big Ben and Range Viper, but it was kind of like up on Walmart at the same time. So I don't know, maybe Shadow Tracker next week as well. But then we've also got that, we've also got things like Night Force Shooter, and who else was on that leak list? The kind of zombie situation, which I'm starting to think, right? This is my theory on the zombie scenario, right? I think they're mole rats in the background. I genuinely think they're mole rats in the background shots of Tunnel Rats promo images. And I say that because of if you put all the pieces together, right? The HasLab update mentioned that by name, mole rats, Dark Energon, they've been affected, etc., etc., etc. There is Dark Energon in the back of those promo shots. Thusly, I just assume mole rats are going to be the figures with maybe zombie bits, maybe a zombie alternate head or arms or whatever, something to make it like a zombie as well as a mole rat. That is my theory on this one. And then I think in terms of what's been revealed as a zombie Viper, I just have a feeling that it's a mole rat. A mole rat with a zombie head is my guess. That is my theory, and I'm sticking with it. If I'm wrong, this is all theoretical, it's all speculative. But based on the information at hand, based on that HasLab update that said, where Destro was saying that the mole rats, that was a funny comment, by the way, Robert H. Maybe the mole rats are mutant human-sized rats. But I think they're just going to be, blooming Cobra tunnel workers that have been exposed to something and are going to be messed up. That is my theory on those characters behind Tunnel Rat. You may disagree, and you may expect a zombie Viper of some description in the future. But I think that is where I am on the whole thing. And therefore, I think that zombie listing is probably the mole rat listing. That's what I'm expecting in my head. If you agree with me, great. If you don't, we'll find out, won't we? That's the thing. And like I said, it's a working theory. I could be well wrong. And and that isn't based on any other. That's really just based on the information that we all have at hand. It's got nothing to do with me knowing or not, because knowing is half of the zombie or whatever. So I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. But that's my theory. Right then. I think that's what are you guys expecting next week? Nunchuck was another figure, wasn't it, that was mentioned in the leak. So we've got Nunchuck, Night Force Shooter, we've got the Zombie Viper, we've got Mole Rats, we've got who else have we got? There are multiple name only reveals still floating around. We've got Hawk, we've got Tripwire, we've got we know Chuckles is going to be SDCC. I don't know. The Steel Core 2-pack is a good shout, Tim, as well, because obviously we haven't had hide and hair of that. They're literally shown in every promo shot, and we haven't had anything like that yet. Snake Eyes 4, anything less, and I'll be outraged. Nice one, Adam. I'd love a Snake Eyes version 4. Oh, it'd be sweet. Cobra La figure 6-pack. Indeed, that would be kind of freaking cool. I'd love Pythona. I'd love a Python. I'd love a Nemesis Enforcer. I'd love a Globulus. I'd love a Royal Guard. Shout out to Adam Riches. I'd love any of those in the line somehow. We know Firefly and we know Crimson Viper almost certainly for the 28th, guys. It's just a matter, like I said, of that third character, figure, whatever you listing. It'd be interesting to find out who it is. Anyway, lots of interesting stuff to come, obviously. We've got the pre-orders going up at 1. Let's bring, I think that's all. Yeah, let's bring this to a close. Right then, thank you very much for joining me. We'll kind of, yeah, like I said, we'll bring it to a close now so you guys can get prepped for the pre-orders going up. Mainline though, so it's not going to be difficult, I don't think, getting these. You might have, there might be, I don't know, Snow Serpents might do a job and sell out, but I don't know. I doubt that very much because of the fact that it's, you know, more expensive. I think people will be more conservative with with their purchases for Snow Serpent than they were with Eels. That's what I'm saying on that one. What would a Night Force Snake Eyes look like deco wise? All black, just all the same black. No, it would be different, wouldn't it? Because Night Force had lots of different themes. There were teals and greens and browns and like a tan, and you know, it wasn't just black, was it? Night Force. There was a lot more going on than that. So I would expect Snake Eyes to be kind of like, I don't know, maybe they could do it with like a mishmash of the parts they've got already. So the tan legs of the Desert Commando one, you could have like a green and black upper. Effectively, you could do that one that was in the Desert Patrol Squad. What was that? There was one, you know, the version 4 they did with had green goggles, black. That would be pretty dope as well, whatever it was. But anyway, it wouldn't necessarily just be all black, would it? Highly articulated. Lols. Chris, how is Phoebe? Says Diana. Phoebe is doing great. She is recovering so well. She had a bit of surgery, and now she is. You wouldn't have known actually the next day. She was totally fine the next day. She's just having to obviously have a big kind of, you know, cut, a surgical cut is healing up. But yeah, she's doing really well. And yeah, she's back to a normal self. Who's the SDCC reveal? Says Philly. Oh, it's going to be Chuckles, isn't it? I think that leaked a while back. Chuckles with Armory, I believe, is the SDCC reveal, but we haven't seen any hide and hair of it yet. But that will be a cracking reveal either towards the end of the month or maybe into next month in the lead up to SDCC, or they'll hold it until SDCC, or it'll leak. But it's more likely going to leak, isn't it? Joe says, thank you for all your coverage, Chris. Keeping it fresh. Right here with you on all these figures. Totally awesome. Full force. Thank you, Joe. Much appreciated, buddy. Night Force Snake Eyes would be neon yellow, says Viper Scout. Absolutely genius. Yes, eels were trained as Snow Serpents first, figure 6-pack. Or was it? Yeah, was it the other way? Didn't you have to be an eel to be in the Snow Serpents? Was that it? I can't remember now. I can't remember the way around it was, but it's in the file cards, absolutely. Comics E-Cafe says Crimson Vipers, Dreadnoks. Oh yeah, Ripper and Buzzer. Tripwire, Hawk, Big Boa, Hawk. Why Hawk twice? Nightfall Shooter, Nightfall Shockwave, Nunchuck, Steel Core, Mole Rats / Zombie Viper. I don't know what else. Yeah, those I think are most of them. Comics E-Cafe. I think you're right on that one. And I'm just going to have a look at my list of name-only reveals. I'm not. Yeah, so Ripper, Buzzer, obviously Crimson Vipers we've seen, and Firefly. They're coming. We know they're coming next week, Crimson Vipers and Firefly. It's the other ones we don't know yet. So Ripper, Buzzer, Tripwire, Hawk, Big Boa, Nightfall Shooter. Yeah, Nightfall Shockwave was a like a leaked reveal, but not reveal, a leaked listing. But I'm not. I know we know that. I don't know. I'm not sure about Nightfall Shockwave, but that would be amazing, and I really, really would love it if that's what it is next week. Nunchuck was the other one that could be next week. Steel Core is a great shout for the 2-pack, and then obviously Mole Rats, because they've been in loads of things, and we just haven't heard anything about them yet. I wish we could get a version 1 Shockwave, says Charlock. Yeah, that'd be wicked. Snake Eyes, he'd be glow in the dark, says Yorktown Joe. Nightfall Snake Eyes. Yeah, it'd be that orange color. Oh, Oh, they modelled it after Japan's self-defense force training. Modelled what? What are we talking about? Once you've gone teal, you never go back, says Leon. Yeah, I love that. I love that teal color. It's amazing. Quinn Snake Eyes was green pants and black jacket. No, I'm not talking about that one, David. I'm talking about a 6-pack Snake Eyes that was a version 4 repaint that was black and green, had a green visor. Cotton Candy Swirl Snake Eyes, nice for hiding at the State Fair. That would be great as well. Yeah, eels first, then Snow Serpent. Yeah, so eels. Snow Serpent had to be eels, didn't they? Basically, they had to have eels up inside them, finding an entrance where they can. Mutton Junkyard's another one. Yes, Bick, but we believe that's Dastardly Pet. So that's the massive. What do you call it? What's the word? Like the leak listing, like leak listings. That our guess is that Mutton Junkyard are going to be Dastardly Pet. So it's likely that'll be in 2024. Pushed on. Quick Kick is a good shout, Rob H. There's another one that's been name dropped and we haven't seen anything hide nor hair of. Hawk ×2 because of HasLab Comicsy Cafe. I see now. I see what you did there. That would be fun, Luke. I'd love to have 10,000 subscribers. That'd be amazing. But we are far from it, and I don't think we've got the legs to get to 10K. 5 would be amazing, and I'd be very appreciative. We are currently like 4.28 or 29 or something. Still a ways off 5K, but we would love subs, guys. If you want to sub to us on our YouTube channel, that would be phenomenal. Loads of comments still. Running out of time here. Sorry, guys. Starduster would be a cool. Oh, that would be great in the HasLab, Diana. If we got Starduster, I would love Starduster, but I'm not sure if that would be taken well or not. The way Glenda got like the reaction it got, I don't know what blooming. I do not know what Starduster would get. I would love Starduster. That would be sick. There's an Alley Viper Redeco was another, yes, Super Saiyan. There was another Alley Viper Redeco that was leaked, wasn't there, as a listing. Okay. Bullhorn, yes, Robert Calapatan. That would be a dope figure, especially now we've got this sniper, ironing board. We can definitely bring out a Bullhorn. Listen and Fun Zombie Tripwire. I like the thought of that. Zombie Recondo, funny. All these are all good shouts. Anyway, that is it for today. Thank you very much for joining me to chat about the what do you call it? The reveals and even though they were revealed yesterday, the reveals and the pre-orders going up at 1 p.m. Of course, 10 minutes, all mainline, so don't even worry about it. So Grunt, Low Light, and Snow Serpent. Oh my goodness, amazing, amazing, amazing figures. I can't get enough. This line is sick. I get so much joy out of this line, and getting the figures in hand as well and opening them and just all the there's just something really, I don't know, really satisfying about classified figures. And I know like some people are a little bit like, some people are pick and choosy, some people are all in, some people for some reason hate it. You're always going to get that. You're always going to get a mixture of those kind of things. But me personally, these figures are bonkers and awesome, and it's such a nice, like, I don't know, it's a really cool development in the in my opinion, in the the overall growth of this brand. And it's super successful at the moment. It's great and it's doing really well, and long may it continue. Anywho, this is a good shout from Paul. He says, what if the Mole Rats are like a sub-team with just repaints of Cobra troops as zombies? Could be. It's a very good point, mate, and could be that as well. Like I said, my theory is all based on just what we know at the moment, and then kind of throwing in things like what would Hasbro possibly do, or what would they prefer to do in this scenario? Would they prefer to have lots of different things, or would they prefer to have one thing that covers a couple of things that loads of people can buy? I don't know. We'll see, I guess. We will definitely see. loads more amazing characters to get through. That's true. There's so much more cool stuff to come. Obviously, we've got Lightfoot that hasn't been named shot yet. Never getting Lightfoot. It doesn't matter though. Thanks to Ray Murphy, I do have a classified Lightfoot because he's an awesome customizer. Thank you, Ray. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. Had a lovely time chatting reveals with you today. Go nuts in 8 minutes time. Do all your pre-orders or whatever you do. I've had a blast. See you on the next one. We've got loads more coming. Lots more news, obviously, this week. There's going to be more news. You know how it is. Then we've got the weekly. We've got a monthly we're recording as well. Pat and I are going to be doing a fun monthly where we look at international homage variants we could see in the Classified series based on the Glenda reveal in HasLab. So Pat and I are going to be talking about that. Justin isn't involved because he's busy this month. He'll be back next month, Justin, and then we'll be getting him on the monthly, and we'll be getting him on movie news bursts because I've got so much to talk about with Justin about the bloody movie news. How does he do this to me? Anyway, it's been a pleasure. Loads more stuff to come. Hit the thumbs up, hit the likes, please, all that good stuff. Sub to the YouTube channel. We really appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. And if I don't see you, I'll probably be talking to you again in a few hours' time. We'll see how it goes. Oh, also, I think tomorrow morning I'm going to do my first Diamond Select Toys unboxing. So we'll be doing that tomorrow morning. Possibly even later today, depending on how the day goes. If the day goes well, I might be back here doing a DST unboxing. Diamond Select Toys. We'll be doing either busts, statues, or mini mates. I'll see what makes sense. But anyway, expect that to come soon. Stay fresh cheese bags, and as always, after 3, 1, 2, 3, full force. See you later. That's it for this installment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, full force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on Twitter @TheFullForce, liking the Facebook page facebook.com/TheFullForce, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on either of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/TheFullForce podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.